Yo, what up, people? Episode 14. Welcome back or welcome. I hope that this finds you when it needs to find you. I hope that you hear what you need to hear. And today's topic is all about a question. And the question is it a loss or a lesson? Is it something that will pain you and plague you forever? Or is it something that will make you and shape you into something better than you currently are? Is it a loss or a lesson? And now there's a fine distinction between those two. And you have to honor where you're at with either of them. You have to honor when you're in the learning period. You have to put yourself in spaces where you can learn. But you also have to honor when you are in the loss period. I don't know if I said that right. Loss? Loss period. Yeah? Okay. When you're in the loss period, when you feel like shit, maybe you need hours, maybe you need days, maybe you need weeks, maybe you need months. Whatever you need is what you have to honor. Whatever you feel is needed in that moment is something that you have to stand by. You have to honor where you are at. So if you're learning, that's great. If you're losing, that's okay. It's not great. It doesn't feel great, but it's something you have to deal with. It's something you have to put up with, and it's something that you have to develop through so that you can learn from. But can you learn from loss? The answer is undoubtedly yes. But the question is, can you learn from loss? Regardless of me, I'm asking you this question. Can you learn from it? Can you rise to the challenge? Can you truly look yourself in the mirror every day after losing something and say, either I'm going to honor the fact that I need to cry my face off for the rest of the day, or I'm going to bounce back from this? And either one is okay. But are you going to rise to it? Are you going to take that backstory, going to take that pain, going to take that loss and turn it into a lesson? Are you going to make the world a better place because of things that you've experienced and now you don't want people to feel the same way? Or are you going to hurt the world around you the same way that past generations do because you are spiteful now? Be honest with yourself. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm so caught in being spiteful a large chunk of the time. A large chunk of the time. And I'm learning how to get over that. I'm learning how to process through that. I'm learning how to not look at this world around me like it's the problem because I expect to give so much to it. The world is not the thing that's asking that from me. It's me that's asking that from me. It's my own pressure on myself. Nobody's telling me that I have to do this or I have to do that or blah, blah, blah. Nobody's forcing my hand into being better and bigger than life. It's only me. And it's only my anticipation. So I need to stop being spiteful for that. I hope that you can learn from me saying that, because I don't know why I kind of just went on a tangent about it. But ask yourself, is the satisfaction of the lesson greater than the pain of loss? Or vice versa. Or vice versa. Do you need to sulk in that pain and be stuck in it because that pain of loss is so great? Weigh it out. Put it into a category. Is this a loss or a lesson? And I think one way that you can determine that is just asking that question and understanding, is this pain greater than my learning? Or is this learning greater than my pain? And work through and almost work backwards and figure out, if it's all going to be worth it for you to stick it out and for you to grow from it, or if at the end of the day you're still going to feel like shit. And maybe, just maybe, because I'm leading by example here, maybe you're still going to feel like shit, but maybe those fleeting moments of life are going to be exactly what you need to keep you getting through it. Because I woke up today and I didn't really want to wake up, but now I feel more confident than ever. I'm outside in the trees and by the water, all this blah, blah, blah. That makes me feel like there's something more to life. That makes me feel like the loss that I've had to go through so that I could learn up to this point is way more important than, if I were to soak inside and be stuck in that pain. I think there are things that are more important than that. you know? And I'm processing through that. And maybe that's just my perspective. And maybe that's just the way that I cope. And a really dumb worldly example is I watched my favorite team lose a European final. And that sucked. That sucked, dude. I hated that. But I looked at it and I said, we already knew that there was a rebuild needed. So maybe this is the perfect platform to double down on that rebuild. Maybe we double down on the process of growth. Maybe that's what this is. It's just a reminder that you can't paper over those cracks. You know? It's dumb, it's worldly example, but I looked at it and I said, maybe this is more worth it than to win something and fake like we were fine all along. You know? I know that that's dumb, and maybe all of that is just my way of coping, thinking that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe that's just my way of coping. Maybe it's all a facade, you know? Maybe my beliefs are just that. They're beliefs, and that's where they end, you know? Because the difference between belief and knowing is knowing you know. So maybe it's just a belief. Maybe it's just my own perspective and prerogative. But in my opinion, your perspective on your perspective is a hell of a lot more important than we all give it credit for. Your perspective on life and the world that's around you will shape the way that you view the world around you. That's literally what perspective is. Sorry to give you a definition. But what I know about perspective is that when I've looked for loss, I've found loss. When I've looked for a lesson, I've found a lesson. You need to analyze how you feel. Don't get so caught in analyzing it. You know, like I said, you may need days, weeks, months, years. But for me personally, I got stuck inside for 2 years analyzing my pain and just staring in the mirror and wondering why I feel this way and asking myself that question all the time. And I asked myself that question so much that I worked it to a point where the pain was so much that I didn't feel anything. So 2 years gone by, and then I go outside and I'm like, wow, these trees are beautiful. Why can't I feel a fucking thing? Right? Don't get so caught in that. Don't get so caught in the constant pattern of just asking yourself everything and every individual nuance of that little pain and that physical form of pain that you've created in your mind. You know? You don't need to depict it all. You don't need to. And I think I mentioned that recently. You don't need to depict it all. It would help. It helps you learn. But you can't get too caught in that. You can't get so caught in sulking. And this world is very good at sulking. It's very good at sulking. And past generations especially. If you ask them, life is pretty shit. Life is pretty fucked up. Life has beat them down. They've lost a lot. And that's where life ends. With loss. They moved through their life. They didn't sit with it. They didn't process through it. They moved forward because that's what they were told to do. So I don't blame them. But they lost and then never learned. And got stuck in the loss. And their walls have been up ever since. Now, I don't want to make an assumption on an entire generation. So if you're from that generation or if you represent from that generation, I stand with you. I care about you. I'm not going to look at my parents and say I hate you guys just because you guys were hurt in a way that's been passed down to me. No, I'm upset that they were hurt as well. I want them to grow, you know? And luckily, I have the people around me that are open to growth, you know? So that doesn't apply to the entire generation. I know that I'm just going into detail and all that, but the point of it all is sulking. If you pay attention to the examples that are in front of you, a lot of people sulk. A lot of people are used to sulking. They live in sulking. They live in feeling like shit because they lost. Because they lost and they figured out that there is no way to learn from it and there's no way to win from that point forward. So, I lost. I lost at life. Let's settle for bare minimum. Let's bounce back to what is normal or what people think is normal, and I'll act like I'm happy for the rest of my life. And that shit sucks. That shit has to suck. I don't know any word for that other than fucked up. Like, then that's 2 words. I don't even know how to describe it other than that. It's fucked up. That people have stopped living their dreams because they got hurt and never went back. Never learned from that pain, never dove into it, never processed through it, you know? So do that. And grow. And they may be leading by example, but maybe learn from, my hair's so fucked up. Maybe learn from what they didn't do. Maybe don't follow their example, but maybe learn from what they didn't do. Maybe learn from basically the opposite of their example. Dive deep, but not too deep. Don't get lost in it. Don't numb yourself up because you're so deep in your own pain that you don't know anything other than feeling nothing now. And to be honest, I'm at that point now where I'm finally now embracing emotion and understanding that there's something more to what I feel. It's not just a thought, it's a feeling. And a feeling that I'm allowed to embrace and be one with and to feel. I'm allowed to feel a feeling. It's crazy that I've had to work myself to the point where I'm now okay feeling a feeling. So don't get caught in that. I'm leading by, again, just like I'm telling you about that past generation, I'm leading by the opposite example, if that makes any resemblance of sense. Just loss or lesson. Ask yourself that. And what you look for, you will find. But what you find, be true to it. Be true to it and be in it for as long as you need. Don't lose yourself in it, but be true to it. Don't lose your mind in it, but be true to it. If you're in the spot where you're ready to learn, then learn. If you're in the spot where the loss is fresh, then be in pain. Because you need it. Don't run from it. Just be in pain and ask yourself as well, before you feel all that pain, or as you're feeling that, maybe after, because that's exactly what I've been telling you this whole entire time. Ask yourself, is this worth it? Is this pain worth the growth that will come from it? And what did I really lose? Did I lose something that I was meant to lose? You know? Of course, don't jump and run into learning when you just lost a family member or a friend. But now if you dive into the deeper details, ask yourself, is this a friend who is a shitty friend so you lost them? Okay, then learn from it and grow without them. Is this a family member that you put distance in between you and them because they were never present in your life? Okay, then learn without them. Grow without them. That is important. That's more important than the loss, because the loss, sure, it sucks, but people like that, the only lesson that you're going to get from people like that is knowing your worth. And your worth is, these people kind of fucking suck. These people don't value me for who I am. These people don't care about my values. These people aren't teaching me. They aren't, applying their building blocks aren't valuable enough for me to apply to myself. So learn from it, categorize it, process through it, feel it. If that's what you need, feel it. Feel it and don't give up on feeling it. And I know that pain feels monotonous. I know that pain feels like the only thing that there is pain. But what we have to understand is that some people don't have the same life that we do. Some people don't have life at all. Some people don't know what pain is like. Some people don't know life anymore. Some people are gone. So that pain is a gift. So feel it when you can. Feel it when you need. And learn from it when you can, when you're ready. I promise you that there's a lesson in everything and that it's down to your perspective. But if you are not ready for that, when you are not ready for that, you have to honor that. You have to be a part of that pain. And when you're ready to learn, then learn. And I'm proud of you for that. So I guess that's it. Thank you guys. Episode 14. Again, I hope that this found you when it needs to find you. And I love you guys for listening. Or for hurting and learning. Thank you guys.